Welcome back. We're at the Pine Restaurant at the Hanover Inn, and this week we're with the Ani Jenny head coach of women's alpine skiing, John Dwyer. John, thanks for joining us here today, and let's talk a little bit about your team, the women's alpine team first, and some of the veterans that you've got coming back this year. Gwen Wanamaker has been, somebody that she was at NCAAs last year, and you've got some other veterans too that you're going to rely on, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Gwen is just a rock of our team. She's the captain along with Bree Trudeau this year. She was All-American last year. We look for great things from her. We also have Olivia Holm, who qualified for NCAAs last year. We also have Carly Elsinger, who's a sophomore right now. She just got third at the Bates Carnival in the GS. She was injured for half the season last year, and I think now she's really showing us what she can do when she's healthy and strong.
You've also got some strong newcomers with your team, particularly Allie Resnick. She had a couple of podiums this past week at Bates to start the year. So tell us a little about the youth movement you have going too as well.
Yeah, so Allie, she was actually a student at Dartmouth last year. She's skiing for us and the U.S. ski team this year. She's a tremendous person and athlete combined together, and so I think she's going to continue to be on the podium and do great things this year. Sammy Trudeau got 9th in the women's slalom, and then also Riley Gross-Didier and Alexa Elif, both solid contributors, and I think they're going to, in a couple of years, be making really good strides on the team as we move forward.
Let's take a look at the men's alpine team. I know that you're not overlooking that team necessarily, but you're in touch with all the alpine skiers.
Yeah.
The men, Oliver Morgan, he was an NCAA All-American last year as well, like when Wanamaker was on the women's side.
Yep.
And they've also got a couple other veterans back that are important to this team this year. Olaf Hedlund, Max Martin showed up well at Pates as well.
Yeah, I mean, JP's team is really well balanced from top to bottom. He's got 12 guys on the team. Max has really stepped up this past year. It was obvious in the Colorado training camp that we were at out in Vail. He is skiing with confidence, and it's showing in his results right now. Oscar Zimmer, a freshman, is doing really well. Oscar was on the Norwegian ski team the last few years. He's an older freshman, and he's 21, but he's going to settle in just fine on the team as well. Olaf, captain of the team this year, he had some great results at Bates. And then, of course, Cooper Puckett, who is U.S. ski team Dartmouth skier. He won the GS and was second in the slalom. And he's over at World Juniors right now, competing for the U.S. ski team. And I think he's going to be, a favorite to probably win at least the slalom, maybe the GS at NCAAs this year.
Well, that's great. But, you are having some challenges right now. The weather here around New England is not exactly cooperating for alpine skiers. There's been a noticeable lack of snow. So how are you attacking that with your team to try and prepare them for these weekly carnivals?
Yeah, it's been a challenge, not just for us, but for all the other teams out there. With us being in school right now, it definitely adds to the equation of what we have to do and how we have to be prepared and just be a little bit dynamic in our movement throughout New England. But luckily we have some pretty good partners. The Skiway is working tremendously hard to get our GS venue up and going for us, and I think we're pretty close to that right now. So huge thanks to Mark and his crew over there. But we also have some great partners with Proctor Academy. Those guys are really helping us out, getting us training there at least 2 days a week. And then the rest of the time we're just kind of trying to figure out what's available, where we can go. And luckily we have a lot of people that support Dartmouth skiing and want us to ski at their venues. It's just a matter of finding a time that works with everybody's schedule and making sure that we can get on the venue when we can. But it's definitely been a struggle this year, getting the training that we need, for sure.
Well, even with that lack of training that you've had, is that you still had good results at Bates. It was good to see, first or second in place in both the men's and women's GS and slalom. Yep. So the results are still there.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have work to do, that's for sure. But we had a great showing at the Bates Carnival, and I think that's a testament to the athletes' preparation when we were out in Colorado and drawing upon some of those experiences. And when we do get colder temps, it looks like hopefully next week, I think we're really going to start to hit our stride.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing your team on the slopes all throughout the winter, heading up to the NCAA Championships in early March.
Thanks, Rick.